Airport. More than 1,000 flights were canceled. Georgia Power says the failure was linked to a fire in an underground facility. The power outage is still wreaking havoc on holiday travel plans as those cancellations are expected to spill over into today. What a mess. And this is how those cancellations could affect you this morning if you're flying out of Palm Beach International Airport or expecting someone in. Delta Airlines has already canceled more than 300 flights today. And at last check, the 5:45 a.m., 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. flights to Atlanta from PBIA were canceled.
It's going to affect a lot of people, especially with it being the holidays. And, you know, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are flying on Delta, so it's going to cause a big mess.
So you can check those flights through the flights section of WPTV.com. Delta's allowing customers who are flying through Atlanta through December 19th to make a one-time change to their plans. The airline has tweeted the flight schedule is expected to return to normal in Atlanta by this afternoon. Let's hope so. Well, happening today, an update in the case against 2 Martin County commissioners and a former commissioner. They're all accused of public records violations. WPTV News Channel 5 Stephanie Susskind is live now with what's expected to happen in court today. Stephanie.
Well, Ashley, the grand jury investigation that led to these public records violations is still going on to this day. And now the charges against Commissioners Ed Fielding and Sarah Hurd and former Commissioner Ann Scott are going before a judge today. It's important to note that Hurd's charge is not criminal. Now, Fielding and Scott both waived their right to appear at today's court hearing, so we don't expect to see them there. All 3, however, have entered not guilty pleas. Fielding and Scott are facing counts of failure to allow inspection of public records, while Hurd is charged with a non-criminal infraction of failure to respond to a public records request. While the exact details of the allegations are not public, we do know this has to do with the county's lawsuit with the Lake Point rock mine. Now, that court hearing is scheduled for 9 o'clock this morning. We will have a crew there. Susskind, WPTV, Channel 5.
Looks like the 6:04 is right on time for Stephanie. More serious note here. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy accused of reckless driving. He's expected back in court today. Investigators say Deputy Brandon Hagel was chasing a car, and then this happened in this video right there. Driving more than 100 miles per hour despite commands to hang back and slammed right into the back of a smart car, breaking the driver's back. Witnesses say Hagel didn't have his lights or sirens on at the time. That hearing is expected for 11 this morning. Also expected in court today, the former Green Acres police officer accused of not telling his sexual partners he was HIV positive. A Palm Beach County judge declared a mistrial in the case against Irvin Sinclair last month. The defense also argued the prosecution could not prove St. Clair knew he had HIV at the time of transmission. He pleaded not guilty. This case will be retried next year.
6:05 right now. We're back in just 60 seconds. Still ahead, the search for a carjacking suspect at a South Florida Walmart.
Yeah, we are live inside a South Florida mail processing center. It's busy, folks, and what it takes to get your presents delivered by Christmas. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5.
6:06 right now. We are following some breaking news. We just received word into our newsroom. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office needs you to be on the lookout for this missing girl you see on the left. Detectives say 11-year-old Kati Padilla was last seen about 6:30 last night near 2nd Avenue North and Engle Road in Lake Worth. Investigators say she potentially might be with that 15-year-old on the right-hand side, Pascal Thomas, and they say that they would be in perhaps the Boynton Beach area. So we've put this detail for you on our WPTV Facebook page so you can share it. And everybody knows this is a really busy time for packages and letters, and during the holidays our post office processing centers sort through more than 1 million packages a day.
Oh yeah, right in the center of it right now. WPTV News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz live to show you what it takes to get these things delivered on time. Andrew?
Hey Mike and Ashley, good morning. This place is huge, 7 football fields. In fact, they use these little bicycles to get around and let people know that they mean business. Take a look right behind me. You can see some of the mail that is being processed here. They only do packages, and they average about 500 to 750,000 packages a day. This week they will do 1 million packages a day, which is a big load. And you can see they come on these conveyor belts, are sorted out, and then automatically lined in the zip code that they're supposed to. So 33166 Miami. So this is that zip code where all of these packages then go to the local post office and then get delivered to you. Now this place not only handles mail for Miami, it handles mail all the way from Key West to Fort Pierce. So they are super busy now during the holidays. In the next half hour, we're going to talk about those important deadlines because you want to make sure that you are getting those packages to your loved ones, to your friends. So stay tuned. We'll be sharing those with you. We're live in Opelika. I'm Andrew Ruiz for WPTV News Channel 5.
Thanks, Andrew. Let's keep Andrew away from those conveyor belts. I don't want anything getting sent to the wrong place. What's going on there? All right, let's take a look at what's happening this morning. Look at this travel forecast for today. Not looking too bad, but there are some areas that may have a few delays across the country today. Raleigh looks pretty good today. If you're traveling through there or headed that direction, high temperature right around 63 degrees, lots of sunshine. For Dallas, some pretty dense fog already being reported this morning, so that could cause some travel delays there for morning flights. Then there's just a chance for showers through the rest of the day. Nice and warm though there in Dallas, a temperature about 60 degrees. And in Denver, sunny skies today and a high in the upper 50s. So no travel problems there. For us, also looking pretty good for travel after this morning. Right now, we're dealing with quite a bit of patchy fog. In fact, some dense fog in spots, and we'll look at that on the fog tracker momentarily, but we do have temperatures that'll warm up fast, and that's going to help to burn the fog off really fast as we get up into around 10 o'clock this morning. And then we're looking at temperatures topping out in the upper 70s and low 80s today. Also, not a bad breeze out of the southeast, and there is just a chance for a few showers today, so we'll track those on Vipercast, and we'll talk about when that next strong cold front will be headed our way. It's going to be a little while, but there is one, maybe two on the way. That's coming up in your forecast.
Thanks, Glenn. 10 minutes after 6 on the dot right now. The top stories trending on our WPTV Facebook page. Oh, you answered big time. The 2018 My Oreo creation. A lot of interesting responses, but there's 3 new flavors you'll find on the shelves next year. And parents, you might not like this news before you tuck in those sheets this morning. Remember, scientists are saying you shouldn't even make your bed every day. Don't let the kids hear that. Plus, a stomach virus ruined the vacation for hundreds on a Royal Caribbean cruise this weekend. The steps the cruise line is taking if you plan to board the ship for your next trip. That and much more. You got to find that on our WPTV Facebook page.
Today, country legends Faith Hill and Tim McGraw crash Pickler and Ben's first ugly sweater party. Faith and Tim can't resist.
Oh, what's back there? Oh,
getting in on the fun.
Everybody in the audience will get a couple tickets.
From holiday traditions.
that's my plate. Own it.
To holiday games.
The Grinch. Yeah!
Prepare yourself for the wildest holiday ride ever.
One of a kind. Pickler and Ben experience.
It's amazing. Good morning, everyone. A quick look at your forecast for today. Patchy fog will burn off through the morning hours, and we'll be left with lots of sunshine, a few clouds around throughout the day, and a slim chance for isolated showers as well. A warm and breezy day, high temperatures in the low 80s tonight. More patchy fog possible. I feel like the camera's off a little bit. Looks like it's accidentally angled this way. We can worry about it later. Good morning, everyone. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to warm up fast today. Our temperatures will climb into the upper 70s by late morning, and then a lot of low 80s for highs today. Breezy winds out of the southeast. Chance for a few showers throughout the day, but rain chances are pretty low. Good morning, everyone. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast as we sort of wrap up fall and head into winter here in South Florida. But temperatures stay pretty consistent through the entire week in the upper 70s and low 80s for highs, 50s and 60s for lows with low chances for rainfall.
Boy, friends on the west coast of the country waking up in this holiday week, still dealing with those massive wildfires in Southern California. The Santa Ana winds really not helping much. Crews say the Thomas fire specifically is now the 3rd largest in state history in California. Continues to spread through Santa Barbara County this morning. It's burned more than 420 square miles as a whole. 18,000 structures, that's homes, buildings, everything. They are still in harm's way, and it's not possible to save everything.
We were able to do prepping in these areas days before to allow the fire to burn around some of these homes. We were able to fire out some of them, but unfortunately, when you have winds that severe, and we all saw it yesterday, you just physically cannot save every home.
They are trying, though. Firefighters say the Thomas fire right now is 40% contained.
The investigation into a Sebastian man's drowning led to a burglary arrest. Vero Beach police arrested James Bartee. Investigators say he was involved in a home burglary in that same area December 11th. They have not officially linked the man who drowned to the burglary. His body was found 2 days after officers say a burglary suspect ran into the water the same night and could not be found. If you have any information about this case, call Melbourne Police at the number on your screen. Fort Pierce, today is the last day for you to comment on the city's annual performance report. There will be a public hearing at its city commission meeting. The city shared its report at its November 30th meeting, and that report looks at the city's development goals during the last year. The deadline for your written comments is today at 4 p.m., so you can email them at the address on your screen.
Right now, police are searching for a carjacker that is still on the loose. Let me tell you how this panned out. It was at a Walmart parking lot in Tamarack earlier this month. That's the surveillance video you're taking a look at. The man reportedly just came out of the store, began checking car handles. Miguel Leon, he was there, parked in the lot. He was confronted by this carjacker who also had a weapon.
So that's when he pulled the knife out, and that's when I got out and shut my door and said, "What's the problem?" He said, "You want to die today?" And I said, "Not by you," and we started tussling.
Says he started tussling. Well, Miguel was able to knock the weapon out of the man's hand just before the robber left the scene, was not seriously injured.
Good morning, everyone. A special weather statement issued by the National Weather Service for the Treasure Coast and Okeechobee County due to patchy, dense fog. And even on this camera shot for West Palm Beach, you're seeing a little bit of a hazy looking background there as some patchy fog has sort of developed on and off in Palm Beach County as well. Temperatures are in the 50s in Okeechobee, Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, Stewart, and even in Belle Glade. We're in the 60s everywhere else. The temperature has just dropped significantly in West Palm Beach now as skies cleared up a little bit and allowed temperatures to drop. But our highs will make it into the low 80s across most of the area today, well above average for this time of year. Here's a look at the fog tracker this morning. And you can see where the most fog is by way of the colors that are yellow and orange and red. That's where we're seeing the most reduced visibility, and that includes Sebastian down to Vero Beach and Lakewood Park, and Fort Pierce and the FPL power plant in Port St. Lucie, and also over in Okeechobee and Buckhead Ridge this morning, and Lost Lake, Jonathan Dixon State Park, Stewart, even Jupiter and inland Palm Beach County, Belle Glade and Pahokee, and all the way down here, all the way into southwestern Palm Beach County with some patchy, dense fog trying to fill in this morning. We've also got a couple of showers, one of which made it onshore in Martin County. There's another little guy there trying to make it onto Palm Beach without much success, but So far today, the fog has been the biggest issue. Now that'll burn off as we get into about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. Then a partly sunny and breezy day with high temperatures mainly in the low 80s and a slight chance for isolated rain. We stay in the 80s throughout the week with low rain chances, 50s and 60s at night with patchy fog possible each night and warm straight through the weekend.
Taking a look at your Chopper 5 time saver traffic right now. In addition to that fog people are seeing in the Fort Pierce area, there's some debris on the road in the northbound lanes of 95 near the Fort Pierce exit, so be on the lookout for that. This is a live look at a very busy Gateway Boulevard and I-95 area in Palm Beach County. So other than that debris, there's no major tie-ups to tell you about for your early Monday morning commute. Let's go to the NFL now, where an owner is selling his team after sexual misconduct accusations.
The hip-hop mogul who wants to step in to run the show. And a quick look at tonight's primetime lineup. Good morning.
This morning, waiting to see if there will be more fallout after an MSNBC spokesman confirmed a report that a staffer was paid and left the job after complaining about inappropriate behavior. Now, this is circulating around Hardball host Chris Matthews. A woman said Matthews harassed her back in 1989. MSNBC also says the payment was tied to the woman leaving her job.
Carolina Panthers owner Jerry Richardson plans to sell the NFL team. It comes after Sports Illustrated reported the new accusations that Richardson sexually harassed employees and used racially insensitive language. In a written letter, Richardson told fans he'll wait to put the team up for sale until after the current season. After Richardson announced he plans to sell the team, hip-hop mogul Diddy actually tweeted out that he's interested in buying the franchise. You can see it there. After posting his plans, two-time NBA MVP Steph Curry, actually who's from North Carolina, said he wants in on that deal. Diddy posted that he wants to be the first African-American majority owner, and he says his first order of business would be to sign controversial quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Now, you'd have to live in a galaxy far, far away to not know which film dominated the box office this weekend. Star Wars: The Last Jedi brought in an estimated $220 million, and that is the second highest opening weekend of all time. The most successful belongs to its predecessor, The Force Awakens, which was released back in 2015. Now, it beat out this weekend's opener by about $28 million. Just incredible. Well, SpaceX capsule has now made a return trip to the International Space Station. SpaceX launched from Cape Canaveral Friday using a previously flown Falcon rocket. This is the first time the company's used a recycled rocket and capsule together. SpaceX says by reusing those components, it can cut the cost of space travel by 1/3.
And liftoff.
Oh, not the only thing headed to the International Space Station, Ashley. How about a group of U.S. and Japanese astronauts and a Russian cosmonaut making their way to the ISS? That's the launch. It happened yesterday, but it takes about 2 days to catch up to the station and dock. Cameras on board gave us a look at the crew, giving the A-OK a thumbs up. Oh, and how about a little peace sign, double peace sign? They have a stuffed dog toy on board. I don't know if you can see it there, but that shows when they're at zero gravity. Oh, what a journey they're going to have to the ISS. How about police officers near Charleston, West Virginia? They went to work handing out gift cards instead of tickets. Don't you wish that could happen if you got pulled over? Well, a family was headed to a checkout line at Kmart when they walked into a Christmas miracle.
They gave me a gift card to buy what was in the buggy, but it was more than what I had, so they're getting socks and shoes.
Always need those, right? One surprise customer after another got a gift card. The city gave out $2,500 worth to put toward their holiday shopping. Good news there.
Now, to a health alert, for many folks, the holidays are filled with family get-togethers and after-hours office parties. But for people who struggle with social anxiety, the events can often be more stressful than fun-filled. One psychologist says we get so busy around the holidays, it can be easy to skip techniques to calm anxiety. He also says it's okay if you don't do everything, but don't lock yourself away. Avoid getting out at all. Don't do that. And bringing a friend with you, that can make it a little easier. just because you have any social anxiety, that doesn't mean that you should avoid social events altogether. He says that the key is learning to manage your anxiety, not mastering or completely avoiding it.
Also a reminder, be careful during your holiday celebrations because a recent study finds you may be more prone to fires in your home. A study found 12.9 million people have experienced a house fire during the holidays caused by a cooking accident. Yeah, boy, you got to pay attention. I know there's a lot of distractions out there, but 9.7 million have experienced a fire caused by candles. And let's run the numbers with 6.5 million saying they've had fires started by their Christmas trees. Now, the study showed the main causes were driven, like I said, by distraction. You always got to keep an eye on those things that could be a hazard. We're going to be in court today as the mayor of Royal Palm Beach faces a judge. There are charges that have some people calling for his resignation.
You might feel guilty because you just don't know who to tip for the holidays. You can find out who you should be giving money to and the one person who legally can't accept your gifts. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5.
A mic check, 1, 2, 3. You hear a mic check?
Right now on News Channel 5.
6:28 right now, and some Royal Palm Beach residents are calling for the mayor to step down after his arrest for domestic violence. What we expect when the case heads to court this morning.
And time's ticking if you're trying to get those packages to their destination before Christmas. We're sorting out the biggest mail deadlines.
I want to say good morning to you. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Monday morning. I'm Ashley Walters.
And I'm Mike Trim. Hopefully this holiday week you're smiling instead of stressing. And I think the weather this morning, it's going to be all right for you. A little warmer than last week, huh, Glenn?
Well, a little warmer, but to start the day might be a little bit well, I don't want to say stressful, but you do need to give yourself some extra time this morning. Another special weather statement just issued by the National Weather Service. So we've had two special weather statements this morning. One for patchy dense fog along the Treasure Coast and in Okeechobee County, and a second one for inland Palm Beach County just a few moments ago, with visibility down to less than a quarter of a mile in some spots. And here's a look at the fog tracker from Sebastian to Wabasso to Indian River Shores and Vero Beach and Fellsmere. The yellows, oranges, reds, those are areas with the most reduced visibility. Especially, look at this little sort of lighter red area here. That's very dense fog. So Florida Ridge, St. Lucie Village, Fort Pierce, down to the FPL Power Plant, Port St. Lucie, over I-95 and the Turnpike in both counties there, Indian River and St. Lucie County. Okeechobee County with some patchy fog, and it extends all the way down through Hobe Sound and into northern Palm Beach County. There's not much happening at the moment in southern Palm Beach County, but here's inland Palm Beach County with that patchy fog out around Pahokee and Belle Glade. Couple little showers too around Hobe Sound and Tequesta also. Here's a look at the forecast though. Fog will burn off quickly around 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning as we heat up fast. We'll be close to 80 by 11:30 this morning. Above average temperatures this week, but maybe a cool down before the start of 2018. We'll talk about it coming up.
Wow, okay, thanks Glenn. As we check out that Chopper 5 time saver traffic, you're looking at 45th Street and I-95. You can see a lot of cars out there on the roadways. Great news though, we're not seeing any major issues.
That is good news, Ashley. Hey, check this out. During the next few days, the Senate Intelligence Committee will hear from key witnesses. Lawmakers are trying to figure out if investigators going over the president's administration are biased against him. Comes after those texts surfaced between a top agent and his mistress, openly expressing support for Hillary Clinton and calling the president an idiot. But see, that agent was a major player in the investigation into Clinton's emails and the later probe into the possible Russian interference in the election.
Happening today, the mayor of Royal Palm Beach is expected in court for an update on his domestic violence case. WPTV News Channel 5 Stephanie Susskind is live at the Palm Beach County Courthouse with more on these charges. Stephanie.
Well, Mayor Fred Pinto faces a battery charge for a domestic violence situation with his wife last month. Now he's expected here at the Palm Beach County Courthouse later this morning, and some in Royal Palm Beach want him to resign, but he tells us he has no plans to do that. Now, the 67-year-old mayor admitted to getting in a heated argument with his wife. He said he tried to push her from a door, but he did not hit her and she wasn't hurt. Now, according to his arrest report, his wife wanted the neighbors to hear how verbally abusive he was toward her, and that's why she opened the door to their home while they were arguing. The mayor said at the time that deputies arrested him for, quote, a cooling off period. Now, his court hearing is scheduled for 8 o'clock this morning. We will be inside the courtroom and we'll have updates for you on your free WPTV mobile app. Reporting live in downtown West Palm Beach, Stephanie Susskind, WPTV News Channel 5.
All right, folks, the clock is ticking this morning if you want to send those packages and have it arrive in time for Christmas. This morning, we're on your side with WPTV News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz telling us about those all-important deadlines, and you are busy this morning.
Yeah, you got to keep track of those deadlines, Mike, because they do sneak up on you. Right behind me, you could see those workers busy. They've been going all night long, and they will continue to do so to make sure that people get their packages just in time for the holidays. Through this center, all the mail from Key West to Fort Pierce is processed in this one place. In fact, usually they process about 500,000 packages a day. Well, during the holidays, they'll double it and process 1 million packages a day. So now, if you're trying to get those packages out, what are those all-important dates? Well, first-class mail deadline is December 19th. That is tomorrow. Then there's priority mail, which is on December 20th. And then the last and final notice that you have is priority mail express, and that's on December 22nd, which is this Friday. This facility, folks, is 5 football fields long, and so they have been working around the clock to make sure that they are meeting the demand. If you have any questions, just go to USPS.com. They have all the information about there. All you got to do is go check out their website and make sure that you're, again, keeping track of those deadlines. We're live in Opelika, Florida. I'm Andrew Ruiz for WPTV News Channel 5.
We are following some breaking news just into our newsroom. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is asking for you to be on the lookout for the missing girl you see on the left. Detectives say 11-year-old Kati Padilla was last seen about 6:30 last night near 2nd Avenue North and Angle Road in Lake Worth. And investigators say she might be with 15-year-old Pascal Tomas. They could be in the Boynton Beach area potentially. So we've put this detail for you on our WPTV Facebook page so you can help share it.